Good morning, children. Welcome back once again in class 7th science. Children, in previous video, we have discussed chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. Now, children, it's time for activity from second chapter. So, children, from this chapter, we will perform 4 activities. 3 activities I am giving to you. You can do at home, and 1 activity that we will perform in science lab when school reopen. Okay, children, so are you ready for that? I know very well children are taking more interest in activities and practical as compared to the theory, but both part are important of science. Theory is important and activity practical is also important. Okay, so we will take seriously both parts of science. So start first activity from this chapter, that is food and modes of feeding in animals. Children, you can see on your screen I have written some animals and in front of them their favorite food and mode of feeding. Okay, like in first column name of animal, second column kind of food, and third that is mode of feeding. So what you have to do, take a very fine paper and write 7 name, like paper you can take like that. On a very fine paper you make 3 column. In one column you write name of animal, second column you write kind of food, and third column that is mode of feeding. Okay, like for example snail, you have taken first animal. They take food as grass, and the mode of feeding that is chewing. Okay, hummingbird, they take nectar as food, and the mode of feeding is sucking. Okay, so you have to take 7 animals that we have not taken in this activity. Okay, other than these animal you can take 7 animals or any other organism, write their name, and in front of them write their kind of food and the mode of feeding that we have written here. Okay, it's like a sample to you. How can you perform this task or activity? Like for example, snail take grass as food and the mode of feeding is chewing. Ant, they take insects as food and the mode of feeding is scraping. Hummingbird take nectar as food and the mode of feeding is sucking. Okay, same like this you have to take 7 animals. Okay, and in front of them write their kind of food and mode of feeding. Okay, children, so this is a homework and activity for you. You can take a very fine paper and make 3 column. In first column write name of animal, second kind of food, and third that is mode of feeding. Okay, children, so that is very simple activity that I have given to you. Now next, that is more interesting as compared to this, that is to observe the types and number of teeth. Okay, children, you know very well we have 32 teeth and 4 types of teeth we have. Like for example we have incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So 4 types of teeth we have and total number that is 32. So children, what we have to do in this activity? To observe the type of teeth and their number. Okay. Procedure: look into a mirror, use index finger and feel the teeth. Count the number of incisor, canines, premolars and molars. Now last, record your observation in the table. Okay, you make the table like that and just record your observation. Clear to you? Like in this activity, what we have to do? First of all, we have to go in front of mirror. Then we use our finger and touch our teeth. Feel our teeth and count their number. Okay, like how many incisor we have, how many canines we have, how many premolars we have, and how many molars we have. We count all the teeth respectively, like incisor, canines, premolars and molars, and record your observation in the table. Okay, take a very fine paper and on that paper write this activity and draw this table. Okay, like how many incisor you have in upper jaw, count their number. How many incisor we have in lower jaw, count their number, and total. Okay, total, that is upper and lower jaw, how many incisors are there. Third column we have to get total. Okay, now canines, how many canines we have in upper jaw, how many canines we have in lower jaw. Same like that, premolars and molars, how many premolars and molars in upper jaw and how many premolars and molars in lower jaw. Okay, so in this activity you have to count the number of teeth and record in the table. Okay, children. Now third activity that will perform in science lab. Okay, in science lab, when school reopen, we perform this activity, that is effect of saliva on starch. Okay, for this activity we want some requirements. Some requirements are there, like test tube, iodine solution, boiled rice, dropper, distilled water. Okay, these are the requirement. And how can we perform this activity? See the procedure here. First of all, we take 2 test tubes. Okay, in one test tube we'll put some boiled rice. Okay, and in second test tube we put boiled rice after chewing for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, like in first test tube we directly take a boiled rice. In second test tube we chew the rice for 3 to 5 minutes and then take in second test tube. Okay, now number 4, add some water to both the test tubes. Okay, like 2-3 ml will take distilled water and add to both the test tubes. Okay, number 5, then pour 2-3 drops of iodine solution in each test tube. Okay, now observation and result. The boiled rice turns blue black due to presence of starch, and the chewed rice does not turn blue black because the saliva converted the starch into sugar. Children, why this happening? why the boiled rice without chewing convert into blue black, and why the chewed rice does not convert into blue black. Children, in rice starch is there. Okay, when starch come in contact with iodine solution, it gives blue black color. Okay, so in boiled rice starch is there, but when we chew the rice, the saliva mix in rice, and the saliva mix with rice and convert it into the sugar. Means starch will not there, starch will convert it into the sugar. In after chewing, the starch is converted into the sugar. Okay, that is why the chewed rice does not turns into blue black. The boiled rice without chewing have the starch. Okay, when starch come in contact with iodine solution, we have put it 2-3 drops there. When they come in contact with iodine solution, it turns blue black. Okay, but in chewed rice, we have chew, the saliva mixed with rice, and in saliva an enzyme is there, that is salivary amylase. That salivary amylase that is found in saliva, that convert starch that are found in rice. Okay, so that convert starch into sugar. So means after chewing, starch is converted. So that is why the chewed rice does not turns blue black after come in contact with iodine solution. Okay, clear about this? Starch come in contact with iodine solution turns blue black. Sugar will not turns blue black. Okay, in chewed rice starch is not there, starch is already converted. That is why it will not turns blue black when iodine solution added. But if we add iodine solution in boiled rice without chewing, so in which starch is there, then starch come in contact with iodine, then it turns blue black. Okay, clear about this? Now next, fourth activity of this chapter, that is to determine the different taste regions of tongue. Okay, in our tongue the 4 regions are there for different taste. Like first that is the first part of outer side that have sweet. Okay, you can see the first part, that is sweet, the first reason of sweet to taste. The second reason of our tongue that taste salty. Third reason of our tongue that is sour. Okay, and last fourth reason of our tongue that is bitter. Okay, clear? So children, when we take medicine, we put it in the last, that is that taste bitter. That's why we feel most of the medicine is bitter to us. Okay, because the fourth reason in our tongue is bitter to taste. Okay, clear? So how can we perform this activity? See here, for this activity we want some requirement like sugar, salt, lemon juice, bitter gourd or neem leaf. Okay, this is the requirement of this activity, and you can perform this activity at home. Okay, under supervision of your parent. Procedure: first of all, prepare solution of sugar, common salt, lemon juice and a juice of neem leaves or bitter gourd. Okay, these solution will prepare in first step. Now second, use a clean toothpick. Okay, remember one thing, this toothpick should be sterile. Okay, after sterilization you can use this toothpick and put each solution one by one on different areas of the tongue. Okay, like we'll take sugar solution and put it on the first region of our tongue. Okay, and note down the taste of the first region of tongue. Okay, now use another toothpick or same toothpick and take salt. Second region you can check what is the taste of second region of our tongue. Now same like that, the lemon juice you can take and put it into the third region of our tongue and note down your observation. Okay, what is the taste of our third region of tongue. Last, you take a small amount of juice of bitter gourd or neem leaves and put it in the last region of our tongue and record our observation, what we have feel. Okay, you can make a table and record your observation. Clear about this? Like I show in front of you the first reason, that is sweet to taste. Second reason of our tongue, that is salty to taste. Third reason, that is sour to taste. And fourth one, that is bitter to taste. Okay, so by perform this activity we can easily determine the different taste region of our tongue. Okay children, these activity like determine the taste, different taste of our tongue, and to observe the types and number of teeth, and third, that is food and modes of feeding in animals. Okay, these three activities you do at home under supervision of your parent. And fourth activity, that is effect of saliva on starch, that will perform in science lab. Okay children, thank you.